So if my business is here, where I showed you, and someone down here is searching for my services, you got to ask yourself, am I going to show up over the other businesses that are right in this little pocket here? Like, why would I? So the only way I'm going to be able to do that is by becoming more relevant and more prominent to try and push proximity to the side, because they're the other two main ranking factors, right? Proximity, relevance, prominence. All right, so question I get asked all the time on GMBs. It's a really good question, right? So I live here. You can see my little house. But I want to rank my GMB down here. Okay, it's like an hour drive. So in a lot of the times I get a question like, if I live in a neighboring city or suburb or area, whatever, it doesn't matter, can I rank in that neighboring city? And the answer is yes, but at the same time, like GMBs are heavily proximity based. So how close are you to the searcher? How close is your listing address to the searcher? So if my business is here, where I showed you, and someone down here is searching for my services, you got to ask yourself, am I going to show up over the other businesses that are right in this little pocket here? Like, why would I? So the only way I'm going to be able to do that, and if I'm even able to do that, is by becoming more relevant and more prominent to try and push proximity to the side, because they're the other two main ranking factors, right? Proximity, relevance, prominence. So how relevant is all the information that I have on either my website or in my GMB or on all of my socials, my citations, whatever it is? How well do I supply answers to the query that is being asked? So if someone types in SEO San Diego, does all my information, does it back up the fact that I offer SEO in San Diego or San Diego SEO? All of my information needs to back that up and needs to answer like what that means, what it is, what I do, how I do it, who I am. Like there's a lot of information that needs to make me relevant to that search phrase. It's not just a keyword. So that makes me more, that can make me more relevant. And the only way I'm going to find out if I'm the most relevant is by going through all of those competitors in this area and seeing, well, what have they got to back up their information, around San Diego SEO? And I've got to beat that. I have to have more than them information. To be more prominent is just more listings. If they've got 20 listings, I may need 30, right? And that's just to beat them if I lived in San Diego or in the city, sorry. But because I'm way out here, I need to be so much more prominent than them that I may need 100 more listings to start ranking almost an hour away compared to businesses that are within 15 minutes of the searcher. So when you guys are like looking at where am I going to put my GMB or where am I in relation to where I actually want to service, you've got to try and be as close as possible. It's not to say that you can't rank quite a large distance. The recommended is like 2-hour drive, right? Google says that if you're within a 2-hour drive, like that's a reasonable amount or a reasonable radius that they may rank you in if there's no competition. There are like circumstances where it may be bigger than that. Maybe if you live out in the country and you have some sort of, I don't know, some sort of business that needs to travel 4 hours and that's relevant and you, whatever, fine. But often it's like, it's 2 hours. So this is within an hour for me, but it's a high competition, super high. I've got some of probably the best local SEO guys in the freaking country. I found out over the last 6 months are in San Diego, right? So for me to beat them, I need to become so relevant, so prominent that it's going to take me a long time just to build that many listings and optimize them all. So when you guys are like looking to, how far out you want to rank and you're trying to tell a client, like he lives in Alpine here and he wants to rank in San Diego because that's where all his work comes from. You either want to get an address in San Diego or spend the time becoming more relevant and prominent than the competitions in this area specifically. Okay, so I get that question a lot. Like, how do I start ranking over here? Well, come in here, find the competitors and beat them. Same way. It's just you're also tied down with proximity. It's the exact same as organic SEO. You just tied down a little bit further with proximity.
So would you do that by building another page on your site and just having a lot of content focused on that city? Or would you do it by maybe building a lead gen out there and having it be relevant in that area? Or
So
do
I do a
both?
combination. I mean, depending on the competition, right? Like so for instance, I have a local SEO expert in the city here that I'm trying to beat, right? So I've been through every single one of those listings, and I'm talking like, so there's probably like 30 or 40 different social media accounts that are all optimized, all being used by this person regularly. Like they've got it dialed in. So then I need to go and create documents, blogs to put on all those social media accounts or images or videos, whatever it might be that I need to do to use all of those different profiles. That's what I need to do if I want to be there, right? I need more of those socials and I need to use them more or better. So then that's one aspect. Then there's the citations where you can just go and get more and better, optimize them, keyword tag your images, geo tag your images, make sure your business descriptions are all consistent, keyword optimized, consistent. I want to say that again, consistent. Everything needs to be consistent. You're trying to rank for one keyword at a time to a point. If you're going after a keyword like this with a KD's like 30 or 40, just go after one at a time. Go and build, like Scott said, you want to build, if you need to, build a page on your website that revolves around that keyword, that information all around that keyword. You can build cluster pages where like I might be trying to rank for San Diego SEO, but also San Diego SEO expert. You can build second pages if you need to. Like, it doesn't matter how you get the information online, as long as it's there and it's linked to you, you're good.